Great. At first, thank you for the invitation to us, to Kuortane. For me, it's the second time here. At first, it was last year at the Kuortane meeting, where I was throwing Javelin, of course. And my coach is this year, the first time here in Kuortane. His name is Lutz Klemm. I'm Andreas Hofmann, as you know. And today we will present you. At first, I will tell you something about my career and about the national team in Germany, how this works, and what are we doing with what our national coach will do with us as leads and with our coaches here in Germany. And after that, the main presentation will be our training principles, how we train the first years, and of course the season 2018, which was my most successful since now. Okay, first I will tell you something about my career, how I started the early days, a little bit about Dragon Field Club, MTG Mannheim, and of course the javelin throw when I started in 2007 until the year 2018, my success and that everything pay off. You will see that in the presentation what I mean with it. After that, I will tell you something about our national team in Germany, about our national coach Boris Oberkvöll, and after that I will tell you something about our national training courses and about the training camp, what we do together when we are together. First, the early days. As you can see, I have a picture of a football player. At first, when I was a kid in my hometown, I had two things to do, two sports that I could choose. First was football and the other was wrestling. And I chose for football. At first I was a goalkeeper until I was about 10 or 12 years old. Then my father told me or asked me if I just wanted to do a track and field competition as I was a kid. I said, okay, let's do it. And I just trained for 2 or 3 times. And I just won the regional events in sprinting, throwing, jumping, something like that, just with 2 or 3 training. Just 3 training sessions before it. And 2 years later, we saw that talented is not everything, that I have to train. Then my decision was to leave the football club and to go to Mannheim, to my home club. Since I was 2004, I've trained there. It's my first and only club since now. And as you can see in the right picture, there was 2 of my friends in my first training group. As you can see, I was not the tallest at this moment. I was a little bit smaller and a little bit thinner than now. And for sure, I'm now higher and a little bit, voluminous like them. At first I started with combined events the first 2 years. It was 2005 and 2006. As my coach saw the talent in me, that I have very big talent in javelin throw. And the first season was 2007. Was quite good, but not so good as well. And 2008 was the 3rd place at the championship U18, and 2009, just 2 years later, when I started with the javelin throw, especially with the javelin throw, I was European U20 champion and German U20 champion. After that, I had a few injuries. 2010 and 2011, I had the first soldier surgery on the right side, a throwing arm. And 2012 was the first time I threw over 80 meters. But after that, 2013, I had elbow surgery as well. And I have to say that during the time, my coach, Lutz, believed in me, that there was very strange 4 years, that we'd go up and down again, that he believed in me, that we can train together, and he saw it that something special will happen in the future. My national coach as well, Boris, he was talking to me as well, and he let me be in the national team to train with the other successful javelin throwers in Germany. 2014 was my first successful year, and with the men's, I was European team champion in Braunschweig in Germany. I was ninth place in the European Championship in Zurich, and in this year I was third place at the German Championships. 2015, just short points, I was sixth place at the World Championships, fourth place at the German Championships, just 2 weeks before that. And 2016, I was third place at the German Championships and not a participant of the Olympic Games, because this year was the first year really we have five people who threw over the standard for the Olympic Games, and I was fourth place in Germany, and only 3 guys are going to go to Rio at this moment, and then I just watched the Olympic Games at the TV at home. But it was not the last time I could participate in the Olympics. Let's see what 2020 is going to be. And 2017, the greatest competition I had was in Universiade in Taipei, where it was the second place. First 90-meter throw with 91.07 in my career. It was a very special competition over there in Taipei. 2 weeks before was the 8th place at the World Championships in London. And this year I had a not good day over there. I got only the 5th place at the German Championships because I got broken shoes and no second pair with me, and then that was my fault. 2018, just with the results of this year, with the success I had, I was a Diamond League winner in Zurich this year. I had the second place at the European Championships in Berlin, and I am actually the German champion in Germany. Now I will tell you about the national team because I was asked a lot of it. How is this going to be at Germany? How is this organized? What our national coach is going to do with you and the athletes and with the coaches. And our national coach, Boris Overkveld, you know him already. First name was Boris Henry when he was very successful as a German thrower. He worked since 2009 as the German national coach, and since then he had the idea at first to bring the athletes together with training courses and training camps, to talk to each other, to let know what we are doing training, let the others know. And the other thing is that since 2014, the workshops he did for you, the coaches, seit 2014 macht die Workshops. Since 2014 he had an idea to make workshops for all of the coaches, because in Germany, I will say in a few minutes, we have no centralization in Germany. Every athlete has a known coach, and his idea was to bring the coaches together in workshops, at first to know each other and then to learn from each other, in the case that when somebody have an idea how to train the athlete, just to have the knowledge what exercises they do. Perhaps this is good for me, in my coach's opinion. Then we tried it in my training, and this is the main reason why Boris made these workshops. And yes, I will say it works. About the training courses, we do about 3 times a year in the beginning of the year, in January, February, and March. We have training courses here in Leipzig at the IAT, in German, Institut für angewandte Trainingswissenschaften. That's the Institute for Training Science, for biomechanics, stuff like that. And we will do their general strength tests, like for abs, for the back, for the leg, different types of exercises. We will test it. Of course, we have some throwing tests where the camera is filming us with when we throw some balls, some javelins with different rhythm, where we can see how fast we throw, how fast we are running, how good the throw was in general, stuff like that. And we do it like the last year, since Boris is in the position of the national coach. And you can compare then the videos from the last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and how we developed the technique, how developed as athletes, and stuff like that. And of course, once a year we have a medicine check over there already too. where every athlete have to do. Therefore, we are therefore we could start at the national championships, and of course for international championships. When we don't do the medicine check every year, we are not allowed to participate at these competitions. And like I said a few minutes ago, we have here no centralization. Every athlete trains in another city in Germany. Like Johannes Vetter trains in Offenburg with Boris, who's our national coach, I said, and his home coach. Me, I train in Mannheim. Thomas Röhler train in Jena. Lars Hammann in Dresden. And Julian Weber since this year in Rostock. And Bernhard Seifert, of course, in Potsdam. I just picked up the 6 best throwers in Germany just to show you that we have no centralization in Germany, and every athlete trains in another city. We just, like I said, meet here. It's like a little bit in the middle from us. In Leipzig, we meet 3 times a year over there to do the testing things. And of course, we go 2 times a year together in the training camp. This year we were at first in Potchefstroom in South Africa, and the second training camp was in Montegordo in Portugal, where we train together, not only as athletes, but also our coaches come with us and see what the other guys doing, and talk to each other, just the ideas, what are you doing, why are you doing that, something like that, to share our thoughts. And that's it. Every coach has another train philosophy. That's in Germany the same, like I think in every other country, that every coach train the athlete in his own way. And to show you how I train, how my coach is training me, not only during this season, but since 2007, we will go further with a second presentation. Okay. Like I said, this was the first part of the presentation, because it was a few days ago. I was in the Czech Republic and had a presentation over there already with a presentation like this. And my coaches made another presentation, especially for the training principles, which will I show you the next few minutes. It's just another presentation, but. And of course, when you have any questions about the last presentation, or of course this presentation, just give me a sign. Just give me a sign and speak to us. I wouldn't translate it into German for my coach, because his English is not so good for the presentation to talk to you. Then I will talk it first at him in German, then we will answer your questions, of course. Mm-hmm. Okay, you can ask a lot, because we have not so much information, so I will talk about it, but we have not so much information on the screen. And just let us know if you want to know a little bit more, why we are doing this, what we are doing exactly, something like that. Just let us know. Okay, we want to do it like a little bit in Germany, like to share our ideas, to let you know that how do you say that? To suck, yeah, thanks. To suck all the informations on your brain, and let's talk to each other, like perhaps a little bit dialogue. I don't know. Just speak to us. Okay, now the second presentation, I said the training principles of me. Yes, at first I will talk to you at the performance development from the last years. Here you can see a diagram which started in 2002 when I threw the ball, like about 200 grams in Germany. I just threw between 45 and 53 meters. For some people it's not so much, but like I said in the last presentation, I did I did play football at this time parallel. That I trained a little bit more football at this time than did track and field. But in 2005, when it was my first season, I started with the javelin throw as well. I did a combined event. I started with about 37 meters, and you can see the progress. It was from year to year a little bit higher, even when I go up with the ages, U16, U18, and U20. Just one thing was this second year of U20, I had, like I said, a few injuries. It was my first season where it didn't went so well, but then you can see the progress goes from every year high to high to high to high, till 2018, where I threw my personal best, the 92.06, and you can see on the video. This was the throw from the Diamond League meeting in Zurich. Okay, thank you. In our opinion, that is one of my best throws in this year. Technically a little bit better than the 92 meters in Offenburg. Was very fast at the end, but I had some things to do the next year, and this I will tell you on the next side of this presentation. Reicht. Questions so far? Okay. And next, I tell you something about the beginning of our training together. We started in spring 2007 with the javelin training, especially with the javelin training, where I did the combined events as well. That means that 1 to 2 training sessions per week. I just did shot pull and ball or javelin throws with him. The other 1-2 times at this 1-2 training sessions at that time, I did the combined events as well. There's a video which was my I think my second competition as a javelin thrower, which was just 54 meters. Oh, okay. What is this? Updating. Okay, cool. And for better quality, we'll update a VLC player. That's everything is possible. No problem. Yeah, it's a little, as you can see, a little bit unsharp. The video quality at that time wasn't that good, but yeah, and my coach opinion is that at this age, you have already 90% of your. Do you have a question? No? Do you have a question? Oh, okay. Because you wave your hand. Sorry. Okay. My coach's opinion is that at this age, I was 15 years old. 15, 16 years old. My coach's opinion is that 90% of your physical things, you have already given, and the technical things, your technical ideas you have about your body and how to, especially here, for example, to throw the javelin, is already in your mind, and your body knows how to throw it. When you see videos like that, 11 years ago, you see partial sequences that are equal to throws like I did the last year. That is what I mean, what my coaches mean with the 90%. The stuff you have already at this age, you will see the videos at a throwing technique the next years. At this time, 2007, our training strategy was just a simple system of a technical training. My coaches, I learned from my coach that javelin throw is easy. You have to imagine that it's easy to throw a javelin. This is the thing that he talked to me, that it's a simple system. Like he talked to me in pictures. Like every time he said, it's just a gun. Yeah, when a gun don't have a carriage, it's not good enough to throw, to push the bowl very far. When the gun doesn't have a carriage, the bowl just fly a few meters, and when the carriage is right, in the right angle, in the right position, is very strong, the bowl has the chance to fly very far. And the same is like a javelin. When you stay strong enough to hold the speed from your run-up, you're able to throw very far. And these simple things he was taught to me at the beginning of our training together. Now we'll go to the basis, which was at first the stability and the balance. It's all about these two things. This is a basement for long throws. This is a training, a short training video from 2008 we did. Kurz warten. When it works. Okay, dann ich sag's einfach, was wir da drauf sehen. Okay. The video doesn't work. This was 700 gram. That was the first time U18. The first year, I mean. Double click. Ah, okay. Then we do it like this. This is just one step, as you can see, with the ball. The ball was weighed something like, I think 600 gram, oder es waren ungefähr 600 Gramm. Hi Klemm? 600 Gramm, der Ball. Was 600 gram. We just did one step, which we did a lot of, just from one step, that my mind knows that you have the stability. In this case, I'm a right-hander, as you know. The stability with the left leg, you stand very good at the ground, and with the balance that you stand on two legs, that you have the chance to throw very clear. To know that. And my coach's opinion is the base of everything what has to do with javelin throw. When you don't have a good last two steps, when you don't stay on these two legs during the throw, you're not able to throw very far. And a high throwing speed can only be generated by a strong and balanced throwing system. That like I said, when this is not right with the last two steps, you're not able to hold it. You're not able to leave the power into the javelin when you throw. And this strong and balanced throwing system has to be made also with higher speed and longer run-up. The result of this is the training. Hopefully it works now better. Okay. It's not our computer, it's from the memory stick. Sorry for that. Wenn nicht, müssen Sie jedes Mal rausgehen und dann anklicken. Ja, okay. Yeah, we did it step by step. This is the second video. This is the second video I want to show you from the training throwing exercises. It's just a step further to jump from the left to the right foot, to the right leg, and then you do the pressure against the left block. This was the next step we did. Das kommt dann danach, ja. Okay. Okay, next video. And this is the third video from this row. As you can see, it's just a little bit running on the same spot, and then you do the rhythm with the 3 steps. And in 2007, this was my run-up. This was my run-up because, as you can see, we don't have the possibilities in Mannheim at this moment to train during the winter time with a longer run-up, and therefore this was my run-up for the year 2007, and I threw this run-up. Okay, sorry. Yeah, of course. I do throwing exercises last year as well, especially when we throw the ball during the winter time, because we have not the possibilities to throw with the javelin in the winter time in our training hall. Therefore, we did stuff like this. But as I can say, our training philosophy is the same like 11 years ago, to have the balance and the stability to throw far. Yeah. This was, like I said, it was the reason why I had this little run up in this year, and everybody was a little bit confused why the Javelin was throwing 74 meters with this little run up, with a 700 gram. But as you can see, we just train like this during the winter time, and that's the reason why I threw the same with the Javelin during the summertime. Okay. Now the objectives of the training in this year's and the observation points which my coach was looking at was the optimum acceleration length towards the throw. Yeah, that everything is going longer and longer. The second thing was the clearly visible portable sequences that the first place my coach, which was 2-3 meters away, saw these portable sequences that you, when you stay the block, that you throw from the right foot till the knee, until again with the knee, with the hip, in the shoulder, in the elbow, and then you throw with the arm. That you can see these portable sequences very visible and very clear. The third thing was the high shoulder. And of course, when you high shoulder with your high elbow, that you are going to have the chance to have the high tension from the right foot till the hand. And of course, to prevent injuries. I think, as you already know, when the arm is too low, the thing is that you're going to have a higher chance to get injured in your elbow or in your shoulder. And that is in this year you have to or your athlete, you have to learn that it's just to have a clear throwing position, that you prevent injuries. The objective was, of course, as I said, the stability and the balance during the throw. When you don't have the stability and the balance, you are not able to throw very far. Now I come to the season 2018, which I first talked to you at the first part, the mainly part of the general and the coordinative training that creates the framework on which specific training is possible at all. As you can see in these two diagrams, in the first diagram over here, that was my season results, just the peaks where you can read the zero. I don't have competitions, just over there where I had the competitions. And in the other diagram under that, you can see the different lines, which means the blue line is the throwing line. It's German over here. The blue line is the throwing line, which how much throws we did. The yellow line is the specific training we did. The red line is the maximal weight training we did. And the green line, for us, the most important one, is the general training we did, as you can see, the whole year. We did the whole year, and that means, like I said, it creates a framework for the other stuff we trained, like throwing, maximal training, and special training. And I was asking the Czech Republic why it was possible to have this high level of throws. At first we did, like I said, a lot of general training to have the endurance to train as well the other parts of the training, and to be fit during the season. That's the two parts why we did a lot of general training. And just these two things, these two peaks, we did a lot of general training because we did there another preparation. Here, this was the first training camp in Potchefstroom. As you can see, not only the general training was this high, but the maximum weightlifting training was high as well. And after that, here was a little bit break. This was Dessau. Was my last. Here was Dessau a little bit later. I think in the week 22. And after that, we did another preparation until here, until the European Championships in Berlin. We did during the season another preparation to be on a very high level, to have the chance to be on a very high level on the international important competition this year, the European Championships. That's reps. That's reps. Sorry, I didn't tell you that. That's reps. How much rows we did, how much series we did, something like that. Yeah, right. The reps. During the week, right? This is. Sorry, I didn't. The x axis is the weeks, and the y axis are the reps. Sorry, I didn't tell you that. You're right. And we do a lot of. We did and do a lot of Y training, like gymnastics, swimming, ball games, and of course dancing. You can. That's a video I think from the year 2009 or 2010, something like that. We did. Do you know what type of dancing this is? Does everybody know that? Irish step, right? We did some Irish step because, as you can see, we are every time we are in the front of the foot to strengthen that up, and of course to learn the rhythm. We were all. I was the oldest in this crowd. This is me. I'm the guy with the ball in the hand. We're just about. We were between 14 years old, 13, 14 years old, and I was the oldest with 16, 17 years. You know. Yeah. We did this at this time, and we do this as well the last year, before and during the season. Yeah. Thank you. Then that's it. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And my coach said that he can give you that and that as a good idea to do that with your athletes. Yeah. Right. Okay. The next thing, okay, thank you. The next thing is that the general training stimulates the coordination, of course, dancing. In particular, the stability and balance. This is the same thing, like I said a few minutes ago, that this is the main important thing to throw the javelin very far. And of course, to prevent. Okay. And the amount we had of reps, not only at this year, and of course of the last year, 2007 and 2018, the amount of the reps was the result to be injury-free, and of course to... sorry, was haben Sie gemeint? So, okay, that the stability is much higher the last 2 years than before, and of course to have this high level of results during the competition, during the season. Yeah. Okay. General training is for us at first general strength training, core training for the abs, for the back, for the legs, just normal exercises in the weightlifting room, and then we do a lot of jumps. Different jumps with the foot, with the whole leg, with one leg, with both legs, something like that. And we do some medicine ball throwing, just normal throws from the ground, behind the back, something like that. Measure load, just with reps. All reps, like we do, for example, 300 jumps. 300 jumps for this week, or we do two times a week jumps. We had 300 and 200 jumps. That means 400, 500 jumps, and that I can go back once. And this is going to the amount of the reps. How much it was? Yeah. And just simply to move weights. Just to move weights in every different exercise, every different way. The next is the maximum strength training, which serves the preparation and the safeguard, of course, of the special strength training and the fast strength training. As you can see in the first video, this is this one. Yes? This is an exercise. We do a lot. That's the exercise for beginners. What do you mean? This part is the maximal training now. Maximal training. Like I do, when we are in the preparation, we do 8 till 10, 12 reps till a series, and a series amount like 5 or 6. Bitte? Okay, and okay, my coach said when we have lower weights, that sometimes this amount to the general training, and with the higher weights, of course, yeah. When you have a lot of high weights, then it's okay. So yeah, for the maximum training. And the second video, you can see that snatch with one-handed. We do the training. That's for the fast strength exercise. That was just, wait a second, it was 15, 30, no, I think it was 45, something like that. A little bit lower, it's like 30, 37. It is a smaller bar than usual, you know, which, huh? No, it's a straight one, but a little bit lower. That's, we don't know the exact weight, like between 7.5, 8 kilograms, something like that. Therefore, it must be 37, 38 kilograms, right? A little bit lower than I expected. Okay, and the other video, the last one, is the, as you know, as a pullover, as a special and fast training. It was a few years ago, I think 3 years ago, something like that. This was 45 kilograms. It's just before. I think it was before Beijing, before the World Championships Beijing, before the Weltmeisterschaften Peking war das, oder? Wahrscheinlich. 3 years ago. Yeah. The next thing is, I want to talk to you, yeah, that the not maximum possible is necessary, that you have a lot of weights on it, but the maximum possible preparation. The longer the preparation, you have the chance to you are fit a longer time, like during the season where the preparation is good. When you have a longer preparation, you have a longer fitness during the season. You know what I mean? And the really important thing is the time factor. When you do what, you know, that you have to do with your athletes. You know your athletes when you do what. These are the multifunctional, as you saw at the first video, the multifunctional and extensive exercises we do in the maximal strength training. The multi-functional exercises are the ones which bring you one step closer to your goal. To your goal is to do a better special strength, fast training, and of course then to throw farther. Javelin, my coach said that javelin throw is you use your whole body to throw the javelin. Therefore, you have to do exercise it with your whole body. You know, like exercises with the first one, squats and neck press, where every part of your body is going to train. The next big part of our training is the special strength training. Sorry. The special strength training, which means it serves to transfer the maximum strength ability into special strength ability. Very hard to say very often, the strength ability. As you can see in this video, first we use heavy weights. Heavy weights, like this is a 4-kilogram ball. I just throw onto the ground. As you can see, stability and balance with on both two legs. To throw both-handed the 4 kilograms on the ground. Yeah. Just watch it twice. Okay. As I said, okay, thank you. That's good. As I talked to you a few minutes ago, like the picture you have with the gun, with the carriage with the gun, that throwing has something to do with shoot. We have the same here, to shoot the ball, to shoot the ball on the ground. That everything is fast to shoot it. As you, yeah. When you want to have pictures like this. Yeah, in the next video is the next step. It's the next step with a little bit lighter weights. It was a 2 kilogram medicine ball. Just from 3 steps, both-handed. Okay. And that was 2014, okay, 4 years ago. Thank you. And the last video, maybe we can do the last video on this page. I hope it works. Sorry for that, it's... Okay. Yeah. When it works, it's okay. Then I can do. And this is just a 2 kilogram ball, which I shoot with a rhythm of 3 steps. And my coach said that we'll look for, like I said, the shoot training with the bowl, and that you transfer this rhythm, this exercise not only with 3 steps, just to make your run up a little bit longer, to have more speed, of course, to shoot the ball more powerful and exactly. So I have to transfer the basic maximum strength ability into the discipline, specific movement structures, like I said, from the first ball throwing to the ground to shoot the ball, the lighter ball, with 3 steps in these examples. And the ultimate objective, the ultimate goal is to transfer this in speed. Sorry, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, every time we do exercises like this with 3 steps or with a stand, everything has to do with a technical thing. Like when I go on the field or when I throw the ball in the hole, my coach has said in the first throw, what is good, what is not so good in the first throw. And every time we do exercise like this, it's the same. When something is wrong, something is not good, I'm too slow, I'm too fast, something like that, my body is too fast, my coach has said to me every time. Yeah, of course, the ultimate objective in this case is transfer that to the speed ability, longer run up, higher speed, higher acceleration. Ah, okay. Okay, like I the opposite we do here, or we did here, was when we were the first time in Turku, 2016. This is the opposite, like I said it to you. Like we are doing that in each throw. My coaches look at me and said what is good, what is not so good. And we saw the opposite here in Turku in Finland. Like there was a coach with an athlete, and he gave him the challenge and say, okay, throw. And then the athlete goes on the field and threw 5, 6 times. At first from 3 steps, 5 steps, small run up, something like that. And after 5 to 6 rows, the coaches went to the athlete and said to him, okay, do like this, do that. And then he went away, and then the athlete does for his own the next 5, 6, 7 throws. And then the coach went again to him and said to him what was good and what's no good. That's the opposite like we do in Germany. Just to say that's how we train and what we saw here in Finland. It was our first see how they train here challenge throw in life. Yeah, that's a control training. That's the opposite from control training like we did to the free training like we saw in Finland. Last thing is to improve. The possibilities to improve the throwing technique, in my case, is the block. This is from the. It's okay. You don't have to click it now. There's the video, as you saw in the first paper, the throw from Zurich, from Diamond League meeting. That even distribution of pressure all over your foot, your block leg, of the entire foot. That the pressure goes on the entire foot. That you are not like in a little bit more in the front of the foot or in the back, just of the entire foot. The power has to go on the entire foot with a straight leg. The other thing is the right grip and the position of the javelin, which you say can hear. That was not so good throw a few years ago. As you can see, the wrist was not a good position. It was like nicking up. The javelin, the tip of the javelin goes like somewhere in the air. You lose the control of the javelin, and the javelin does nothing in the air. The javelin don't fly. It's not able to throw good. These are the two things we want to. Improve next year. That's the main technical things we are looking up for the next year. The wrist stabilization, to throw better, the javelin, to hit the javelin better. And of course to pressure all over the foot, because I'm such a guy who is a little bit fast on the front of the foot, not the entire foot. The observation criteria we look for is the dynamic process of the whole movement. That means, of course, the acceleration from the beginning of the run-up until till the throw. Next thing is the rhythm, of course. That the rhythm is a little bit smoother. It goes a little bit faster and easier. The flowing movements, that it go, like I said, very smoothly forward from the run-up, during the run-up, till the throw, until you leave the javelin. And the third thing I want to say to you is the movement length, of course, that you put the length wider to coupling the partial movements, like I said, like we did in the beginning of our training together, from the right foot till the arm, that this movement length you put it wider, that the tension is much higher, that you can throw, of course, further. And we say in German, to hit the soul of the javelin. When you hit the soul of the javelin, when everything is fine, everything is good from the beginning of the run-up until you leave the javelin, and you hit the soul of the javelin will fly very good and very far, of course. That's our main goal we have, in general, in our head. Thank you for your attention. This was our presentation. I hope you liked it. And when you have any questions, me and my coach, we will answer that. Thank you very much.